Hello and welcome to another Bourbon Bytes Thursday night live stream. I am Clifton and we are trying 3 new to me Scotch Whiskeys that came out earlier this year. So the reason for this stream was I realized we're coming up on the end of the year and I do my top whiskeys of the year at the end of every December. And I realized I haven't bought very many new Scotches. So the goal tonight is to try 3 different new ones that came out this year. Maybe they'll make it in the list. Maybe they won't. But if you're watching the replay, feel free. I've put the description or in the description below, there should be time codes that let you skip between each of these. So if you're here for a specific whiskey, whether it's the Johnnie Walker High Rye, the Laphroaig Càirdeas, or the Compass Box No Name number 3, you should be able to skip around. But if you're watching live, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I'm also, of course, doing a giveaway of all 3 of these pours. So if you want a chance to try what may be some of the best Scotch of 2021, get your entries in. Every $5 super chat, as usual, is an entry into the giveaway. And of course, that's just to support the channel. I give you a giveaway entry because I love you. But yeah, if you want a chance to try these on your own, you can get your entries that way. But again, I want to say thank you all for tuning in this Thursday evening. If you're new, welcome. I have a new podcast coming out in the morning. Every Friday morning, I release a new episode. So we're on episode 6 now. So this one is all about, not necessarily all about music, but it's like musician whiskeys, because we're drinking some Elvis whiskey. We're talking about a new whiskey from Brad Paisley. So lots of fun topics on that podcast. So make sure to follow me wherever you get your podcasts, also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, all of the podcast apps. So just search Bourbon Bytes Podcast and you should see me. I want to give a couple shout outs to people here in the chat. Thank y'all for tuning in. First of all, I want to give a shout out to our newest Byte Club member, which is the YouTube membership here. For $2 a month, you get access to some really cool emojis like the Cliffy emoji I dropped in the beginning of the stream. So make sure if you want to support the channel there, you're absolutely welcome to. So Nick, thank you so much for being the newest Byte Club member. So cheers to you, my friend. I see Marty or Jenny from Whiskey Knows were here earlier. Hope y'all are doing well. Happy early Thanksgiving to you too. Yeah, so I'm actually debating whether I'm going to do a live stream on Thanksgiving. I think I might do like a community stream where it's like, because by 7 p.m., which is when I go live, we'll be done with dinner and stuff. So I thought about maybe just going live on Thursday and like putting the StreamYard link in the chat and having anyone welcome to join us. So if y'all want to join in on next Thursday night, let me know if that sounds like a good idea, because I know a lot of you guys are East Coast, so it'll be 10 o'clock. So you'll definitely be done with your Thanksgiving festivities by then, or you're just getting them started. Who knows how you guys celebrate. Celebrate how you like to celebrate. Donnie says heavy D is in full effect. So Donnie's a little tipsy tonight. Cheers to you, Donnie. Thanks for tuning in. Fred, what's up, Fred? Donnie is a mod tonight. Fred is a patron of the show. Speaking of mods, Brandon, he says, good evening, everyone. Cheers to you. Sugar Kitty, meow to you too. Hope you are doing well. And of course, one thing I did not mention is I am doing a blind sample at some point tonight. So our friend Tyler graciously gave me a mystery pour. So I know I did have a little whiff of this, and I know that there is peat in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off on this mystery sample until we get through the not necessarily non-peated, but the not so peated whiskey here tonight. So stay tuned for the mystery sample. We're going to try to see if I can figure out what it is. First super chat of the night and first entry in the giveaway. Sugar Kitty says, Scotchity, Scotch. Yes. So I know it's Bourbon Bytes. Y'all didn't sign up for this, but I have since really grown in my whiskey journey, and I've grown to appreciate spirits of all different types. That's why I feel like I'm playing a little bit of catch up, because I'm trying all 3 new 2021 releases that might make my list my best of list of the year. So thank you so much, Sugar Kitty. You are the first entry into the giveaway and the only entry. Zover says, did I miss roll call? You are here right on time, man. You present. Zofer is an amazing mod here, or not mod, amazing patron of the show. Thank you so much, Zofer, for tuning in. And he's also my only Twitch viewer. I'm just kidding. Speaking of Twitch, I have been doing gaming streams on Saturday evenings. I think I'm actually going to do one this Saturday on YouTube. And I think I'm going to be playing some Grand Theft Auto 3. Never played the game before. I skipped that one. I played GTA 2, Vice City, San Andreas, and everything since, but I have not played GTA 3. So I thought it might be fun to come on YouTube from scratch, like starting, not knowing anything about the game and drinking some whiskey, of course, because we don't do gaming without whiskey. We do whiskey without gaming sometimes, but we don't do gaming without whiskey. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so tonight we are trying 3 different new scotches. The first one, I'll go ahead and get my glass because why waste any time when I can have whiskey in my glass? So the first one we're trying tonight is not going to show up well on camera because the label is green. This is a brand new Johnnie Walker product. Now this one is called High Rye, which is really interesting because it's a scotch. You're like, wait, High Rye, what? That's like so like not contradictory, but it's like what? So this is still a blended scotch. It's still typical Johnnie Walker. However, 60% of the mash bill is rye whiskey. It's 90 proof. And I have a lot more details on it too, but this is between $25 to $30 depending on your area. But I thought it'd be really fun to try. I also have the Johnnie Walker Black Label, which is the 12-year. Might do a little side-by-side to do a little comparison to see what's the better value, because that one's a little bit cheaper, at least in my area. So we'll see, does the High Rye stand out? And then, of course, we're going to get into the peated stuff later, which I know y'all are excited about the No Name 3. I'm excited about the No Name 3. Zopher with the next super chat saying, bam, cheers to you, Zopher. You are entered into the giveaway. Thank you so much. Like I said, at any point throughout tonight, you guys want to super chat, you'll be entered to a chance to win samples of all 3 of these. Let's get something in our glass. Let's go ahead and pour the Johnnie Walker High Rye. Like I said, $25 to $30, 45% ABV. Mash bill is rye, barley, and wheat. But 60% of that is the rye mash bill. Now, we don't know where the rye is from. I assume we had this conversation on we were doing a bit of a hangout on Discord yesterday, and we had Matt from Whiskey Crusaders on. And he was saying that Scotland actually does a lot of rye whiskey distilling. So there's a chance it's probably Scottish rye in here. But this is also made up of a blend of whiskeys from, I'm going to mispronounce all of these, Cardew, Cameron Bridge, Tienenich, that's definitely not how you pronounce that, Kalila, Kleinleash, and Glenkinchie. So all of those are in the blend as well. I don't know if one of those might be the rye, maybe. We don't know. We'll find out. Donnie coming in with the Kapow. Donnie, thank you so much for entering. Donnie, I know you are a bit of not a peat head. I don't want to say that, but you're a fan of peated whiskey too. So good luck at the giveaway tonight. All right. So High Rye Johnnie Walker. Now, what are y'all's thoughts on Johnnie Walker? Because I know most people are like, Johnnie Walker, what? But I'm not going to deny the first scotch I ever bought before I even was into like most whiskeys, because I was like, I want to try a scotch. This is like college days. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I bought Johnnie Walker Black. Not this. This is only the second bottle I've owned. So the first bottle, I didn't like it. But again, totally new to whiskey. So that was probably mistake number 1. Honestly, though, I think going back to this Black Label, it's one of the most solid entry-level blended scotches. There's also Monkey Shoulder, which is a competitor. What is the other one? Chivas. And there's one other one. I have one called Dimple Pitch, which is also a blended scotch, all around the same price point. But I thought this High Rye one would be interesting because I have a good friend who is starting his whiskey journey. He's more of a cocktail person, but he does like rye whiskeys. So he actually sent me this on Instagram. He was like, hey, have you heard about this? And I'm like, actually, I have a bottle waiting for me at the store. I was like, I'll let you know what I think of it. So he's a rye fan. So I was like, you know what? This might be a good rye to get someone, this might be a good scotch that might get someone that is a rye lover into scotch. Maybe. We'll see. Let's go and see how that noses. First of all, I want to say hello to a few people dropping in. Wesley Zeller. What's up, Wesley? Hope you're doing well, man. I see Alex Bruyere. He said, evening, young Cliffy. Why am I young Cliffy? Maybe it's the hat. By the way, Whiskey Crusaders hat. I mentioned them earlier. I'm actually going to mention them later on, too, because they were the first that I've seen to review No Name number 3. They beat me by 1 day. They posted it earlier. But, yeah, so we'll get to that in a bit. But we're going to get to the High Rye Johnnie Walker. Let's go and give it a nose. I need to go ahead and have the black in the glass because I want to do a fair comparison here. Oh, Buchanan's is another good blend. Absolutely, Zopher. Teen and Nick. It's like Teen Nick, but like Teen and Nick. You have a little bit of a stutter. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and pour the Johnnie Walker Black so I can do a little side-by-side as well. Because, again, Johnnie Walker Black is usually about $5-ish cheaper than this new High Rye Johnnie Walker. So nose on the High Rye, it's very, do I want to say it's metallic, but not necessarily like copper, like blood or anything like that. It's like a metallic kind of like what I imagine what I imagine this well, you can't be able to see it because it's green. These things have a screw top, so it smells like aluminum or something like that. Like it has a bit of a tinniness to it on the nose. Very bright. I did want to pull up a little bit of info here about these right here. So pull it up real quick so I have it to reference in case there's any questions. Cool, got that pulled up. Let me open a new tab because I'm gonna share about the compass box later on too. There we go. All right, so that's in case anyone has any questions, but all good. All right, so let's go ahead and nose the Johnnie Walker Black. Different but similar. So the Johnnie Walker Black is more smoky. This has not necessarily peat. That's why I said like there may be some peated whiskey in this blend. However, it's not peated as you would traditionally see peated. Yeah, and it has a little bit of like a smoke is in the air kind of note to it. The black doesn't necessarily have that note. Wesley says it's like licking a 9-volt battery. Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, it's like a really like I don't know, like a tinny note, I guess is the best way to say it. But that's just on the nose. So Tyler says JW Green is my favorite. Yeah, so there's a new green label in town with this High Rye. It's also a green label, but it's like black and green. Have not tried Johnnie Walker Green. You know what? We were talking about this on the Hangout last night. They make a Johnnie Walker Discovery set, I think they call it, and my local store has it, and it's like 50 ml bottles, but it's like 5 or 6 of them of like the different Johnnie Walkers. So if y'all want to see a full Johnnie Walker stream, let me know because I've tried the black and I've tried this one, but I haven't tried any of the other ones. So absolutely would love to do that. Adam Free says, howdy, running a little late to join tonight. No worries, Adam. We're just getting started. I haven't actually had a sip of whiskey yet. So great timing. Let's go ahead and have the first sip of the night. Let me know what you guys are drinking on. Are you drinking on scotch? Do you have bourbon? Or do you have something else in your glass? Cheers. So the High Rye is actually pretty interesting on the palate. The nose wasn't selling it for me. It just was like very, I don't want to say green because we were talking about the color, but it was a little green. And I do think this definitely has the finish of a rye whiskey. It gets a little spearminty, a little grassy, but only on the finish. The mid palate is still that malt, like the typical Johnnie Walker kind of note. Whereas the black, I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm probably about to realize the black, it has like a little background smokiness. This has a background rye-iness. Like it's not dominant. It's definitely not going to fool you into thinking it's a rye whiskey. But it has some aspects that I do like about rye whiskey in it. Let me try the Johnnie Walker Black just to see comparatively how it is, because this new one is not age dated. The black is 12 years, so there's no age statement on the High Rye. Oh yeah, just the mouth experience. The mouth experience. I don't know how best to put it. The experience with the Johnnie Walker Black is very one note. I will say, the High Rye has a lot more complexity to it. However, I do like that note on the Johnnie Walker Black because I mean, this is like a $20-ish bottle. It's got a little bit of smoke, but it's like surrounding a like malty cereal kind of note, but not like a raw like off-putting cereal note. It's more of like a cereal like oatmeal-y kind of note, if that makes sense. And it doesn't really have that tinny taste that the other one had. So I'm curious. Let me go back to the High Rye real quick just to see. Bright up front. That has the same kind of oatmeal kind of aspect to it mid palate. None in the smoke really. And then it finishes really wow. Okay, I can tell you right now, side by side. It's the first time I'm doing side by side. I prefer the High Rye, and I think that's because I'm a rye whiskey lover. So it's like hitting those notes. Like it's not as complex as like a rye whiskey, but it's like I don't know. It's a really nice flavor. Now, have you guys? I'm curious if anyone out here has tried this because this has been out for about a month or two, I think. At least that's the earliest I saw. But even actually, maybe not even a month at this point. Actually, I think I saw the press release beginning of November. I want to see what you guys were drinking on. I know I saw a couple in the chat. Brandon says, no scotch in the house tonight. A little bit of bourbon, though. Well, cheers to you perfectly. Perfectly acceptable. You are at Bourbon Bytes after all. Donnie is drinking Starlight Bourbon finished in sherry. Nice. Alex has Booker's Donahoe's batch. Awesome. I have not had that one. Or maybe, you know what, I think that's one that Brandon has. Brandon, have you shared that with me? Maybe not. We were planning to do a Booker's flight, but Booker's has gotten so darn expensive. Sugar Key has Glen Scotia 15. I actually haven't tried anything from Glen Scotia. It's really interesting. Let me know how that one is. Yeah, so I will say, I mean, for $5 to $10 more, if you like rye whiskey, now if you're Adriana, like Whiskey Mountains, and you don't like rye whiskey, then maybe you won't like the Johnnie Walker High Rye. But if you're someone that, does like a good 95.5 rye, you're going to find a lot of notes that you're familiar with and that you appreciate in it. It doesn't have the smokiness. That's the only thing. I wish it was a little bit smoky too, because if it combined that smokiness with the rye, it would kind of remind me of like a backsetter rye from New Riff, which is a really interesting combination of a little bit of like peat smoke and a little bit and a lot of rye. So, yeah, I mean, again, $30, absolutely. So I got to tell my friend on Facebook, he's not my friend on Facebook. He's my friend in real life too, but got to tell him on Instagram to go buy this. Brandon says, do you think I will like the Johnnie Walker rye? Well, Brandon, you don't like a lot of ryes. So, but I mean, I also don't feel like you like a lot of scotches either. So I honestly don't know if this is for you, Brandon. But if you are a rye lover and you want to get into scotch, hey, it's not a bad one to start with at all. And it's very affordable. Yeah, that's solid. Absolutely. That's a winner whiskey in my book. I need to start using that. I said I was going to do all my whiskeys as like a winner or a loser because it's like the whole gaming thing. But anyways, that's a winner for sure. Absolutely. So before we get into reviewing the next whiskey, which is the Compass Box No Name 3, we have a mystery pour from our good friend and Byte Club member, Ty, or y'all may know as Tyler. So Ty, I don't know, do you go by Ty? I feel like I've never called you Ty. Tyler, he sent a mystery pour. Now, the only thing I know about this is based on the nose, it's peated. It may not be peated, but it's got some peat in it. And he did tell me that it is between 90 and 100 proof. I was debating. I was like, should I do this on tonight's stream or should I save this for another stream? But the next two we're getting into are definitely peated whiskeys. So we're gonna do we're gonna do the mystery sample, and then we're gonna move into the two other new scotches that I'm very, very excited about. Donnie says better than black. The only thing I miss from the black is the smokiness. I like the smokiness I get in black. I do think, though, as an American whiskey lover, a rye whiskey lover, I prefer the High Rye for sure. Mix the Johnnie Walker Black and High Rye, maybe at the Hangout tonight. By the way, we are doing our after party Hangout for everyone on Patreon. That is $10 and up, a bourbon megabyte. So I hope to see some of you all there. It's gonna be a good one. I mean, I'm gonna be pretty tired because I literally recorded my new podcast episode earlier tonight, edited it, and then now I'm live. Like I've been struggling, but I'm glad to finally kick back and relax with you guys, and thank y'all for being here and being the entertainment for tonight. Because I'm like, by the time the Hangout's gonna be here, it's gonna be rough. I saw Joseph Brazo in the house. What's up, Joseph? Good to see you. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I guess I'm doing Scotchy Bites tonight. Emily says here watching the Johnnie Walker and Càirdeas, but drinking tea. Well, Emily, I love tea. Hopefully you're feeling well. If it's not good. I'm like, are you feeling okay? You're drinking tea, Emily? What the heck? No, just kidding. What kind of tea? Let us know. I love that, Fred. Fred says, Brennan, I hate rye and scotch. Do you think I'll like a scotch rye? That's absolutely the best, Fred. I saw that Adam Free and Donnie were talking about Kirkland 24-year single malt. I saw that. I have not seen it in person, but I saw there's a new 24-year at Costco that people are raving about. So I may have to go into Costco early next week and see if I can find it. Because again, another contender of the best whiskeys of 2021. I am excited about No Name 3 as well. So, Sugar Kitty's talking about Glen Scotia 15. It's outstanding. Springbake has become so unobtainable. Glen Scotia is another Campbelltown. Their whole lineup is just killing it right now. Great complex ex-bourbon and ex-sherry. That sounds delightful. I actually have a good friend. She's becoming a good friend because she's at all our whiskey hangups. Named dang it, I forgot her name. It's not Shelly, but Sally. There you go, Sally. She is a huge Campbelltown fan. So I need to ask her about that one. You know what? She's probably let me try her. She's probably brought Glen Scotia. It sounds familiar. I just don't recognize the name. Swan says, I miss your face. I miss your face too, Swan. Hopefully you are going to have a break from work soon because I would love to have you on the podcast. But good to see you, man. I miss you on the Hangouts too. I know you're going to do a dry week or dry month coming up early next year. So we got to get our Hangouts in and our podcast in before that. Good to see you, man. Hope you like the mystery pour. It's a favorite. Oh, setting the expectation really high. Brandon said I missed the Kirkland. Oh man, well that sucks. All right, well if anyone has it, I'd love a chance to try it. All right, so we're gonna try the mystery pour. Let me rinse my glass real quick. There it is. I'm gonna dump my little dropper glass because I realized that my water cup does not have a way for me to pour it. So that'll work. It's clean water. It's the freshest LA River water. Just kidding, it's filtered. But still. All right, let me just rinse that. Oh, did my video get laggy all of a sudden? I feel very laggy. Is it because I have that on the screen? Is that just me? Wait, no, it fixed. It's better. I don't know what that was. That was weird. Did y'all see that? Oh, well. All right, mystery pour. Let's go ahead and get that in the glass. Oh, Glen Scotia is owned by Loch Lomond. Oh, okay. I've had some Loch Lomond. All right. So I'm not going to pour the full thing because, especially if it's something that I'm going to really like, because then I'm going to be like, I just drank that all really quickly. All right. So this is mystery pour from Taipei. So I was only nosing it in the sample bottle. It smelled peated, but now that I actually have it in the glass, it's definitely got peat on it, but it's not nearly as like strongly peated as it smelled from the, when I was like, it definitely doesn't smell as strong as, sniffing it right out of the bottle. Yeah, it's pretty light. It's like floral and peat at the same time, but not floral in like a bourbon kind of floral. It's floral in a, like a honeysuckle kind of way. Yeah, it's a very light peat. I would say that the peat in it goes more towards like a what do you call it? Like not iodine, but more of like a seaweed kind of note, which I love. I love that note. On the nose alone, I would want to guess. It's kind of reminded me a little bit of an Ardbeg, but it also could lean a little bit towards like a Lagavulin. I do not know on the nose. I'm gonna have to go for a sip. We're gonna see how close I can get. I'm gonna guess the distillery. Well, I'll probably fail it. The region I'm gonna guess is Isla. Is it Isla? Maybe we'll see. All right. Cheers, Ty. Thank you so much for the sample. If y'all want to send me a sample, whether it's a blind flight or a sample, let me know. Just shoot me a message on Instagram or email me contact@bourbonbytes.com. And I will get you my mailing address to send samples over because I would love to. I love doing mystery pours. They're always fun. So cheers. Oh, that's familiar. Oh, wow. That definitely. Oh, that's good. I see why it's one of your favorites. So this one starts out with the peat, but then it like gets really malty, like a malted like milk ball, like those like Whopper candies. It is some chocolatey notes too on it. Oh wow, that needs a second sip. Oh, Emily's talking about the tea she's drinking. She said some Tazo Zen green tea. I used to buy Tazo tea all the time. Pre-stressed weekend, but still good. All right, well, Emily, hopefully you have a good weekend and don't get too stressed out. Swan says, I have some of that Kirkland 24. Next weekday I have off. I'll send you some. Thank you so much, Swan. Yeah, I'd love to have it. And let's save it for our podcast together. All right. That's, I gotta need another sip of that before I make any guesses. It's like sweet, then peat, then malty. And it kind of finishes with a bit of a, that's so familiar. I'm just so like, I'm not experienced enough with Scotch to know offhand what this is. I don't think it's an Ardbeg now that I've tried it. It's definitely like, it almost drinks like a blend or something. It's because it's so sweet and so like floral, but also blended with the peat. Man, is this a compass box? This almost seems like it could be a compass box. Because it's like, it definitely has different layers to it. Now, it could just be a single malt. If it's a single malt, it's a really complex single malt. So let me have one more sip. I'll make a guess and we'll reveal what this mystery whiskey is before moving on to the rest of our samples or our new bottles tonight. It's so familiar. I almost want to be like, I have this in my collection, but I don't know. Man. It drinks like it has a lot of good, like a lot of age on it. I mean, that's definitely because I've had some expensive and old peated scotches from my friend Aaron. This definitely tastes like an older peated scotch. Do you want to say it's like, okay, my guess, this is just a random off the wall guess. I'm going to say it's an older bottling of Lagavulin, 16, sure. Or maybe 20 something years old. That's my guess. But honestly, it could be a Compass box. It also could be none of those because I am not a scotch drinker. All right, I have the results right here of the mystery pour. Y'all ready to find out how wrong I am? Oh, and I'll guess the proof. I don't know. 47 proof is my guess. 47%. All right, reveal. Aha! I'm not as bad as I thought. So this is Lagavulin 11-year Offerman. This is the Guinness cask finish. So I actually have a little bit of this that someone else sent me because I'm going to do a tasting with Swan of this one. Because I have the original and then I have this one. Well, now I have more of it, so even better. I can dive deeper because I think I only had a 1 ounce sample of it, so it's good that I have a chance to have a second one. But I was right with the Lagavulin. I like that. I'm very happy. Now it's Guinness cask finish. It's 92 proof. So what did I say? 47% ABV. So what did I say? 47. That's, I can't math in my head. Did I guess 94? 94 proof. This is 92 proof. Okay. You know what? That's good training because I'm actually going to be on Independent Joe's stream on Monday. I'll try, or what is it? Is it like I'll taste yours if you taste mine? I don't know what he calls it, but it's like we're sending each other blind flights. So that's next Monday. Check out Independent Joe's channel for that. But that is really good. And I see why it's one of your favorites. I'm so glad that I have a little more of it. Because like I said, I don't have the bottle. I have the bottle of the original one, and I have a 1 ounce sample of this one. So I'm so glad to get it again. I think actually Don Nishida sent me the sample of it. So y'all are pretty proud of me. I don't know. I think I'm pretty proud of myself. Let me know if you're proud of me in the comments below. Swan says, "Oh heck yeah, I'm doing another podcast. Don't tell Perry." Nah, it's a one-off. I mean, you're welcome anytime, but it's not a commitment thing. It's more of like whenever you get around to it. I'm saving the sample. But thank you so much, Tyler, for that. That was so much fun. Oh, you know what? Guinness Cask gives Tyler with the super chat says the Guinness gives it a malty chocolate. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm better at this than I thought. Because absolutely. I didn't even think about that because I said it was like a malted milk ball or like a Whopper candy. That's absolutely from the Guinness Cask. That mouthfeel is absolutely delicious. I get a gold star. Thank you. Oh, there's Independent Joe. Independent Joe, drop the link to your channel because I'm going to be on your stream on Monday. So y'all go subscribe to Independent Joe. Donnie says, I'm always proud of you. Thank you so much, Donnie. And thank you, Tyler, again for that sample. That was so good. So I got this. I'm going to start drinking out of these like Starbucks cups because I need to drink more water during my streams. However, the straw doesn't come out, so I can't like rinse my glass. It would be really convenient if I could just be like, take the straw out, but it doesn't work. You know what? That's probably gonna make a mess. I'm gonna try it. Let's just see if I can just pour it. No, it's not gonna work. Oh shit! No, it spilled. It worked a little bit. What's up, 21090? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. They have an awesome channel over there. Go check out them, Independent Joe, or any of the mods can feel free to drop a link to 21090. Cheers to you. I'm just rinsing my glass before I move on to probably the most expensive scotch I've ever bought. And that's this lovely bottle right here. So this is Compass Box No Name number 5. Or why did I say number 5? No Name number 3. We're not in 2023 yet. This is a limited edition blended scotch from Compass Box. If you're not familiar with Compass Box, check out I've done 2 streams of Compass Box doing both their limited releases and their core lineup. I've also done their new Orchard House, which is definitely going to be one of my top 10 of this year. Just want to say that for sure. However, this is their LE. This is $140. So like I said, the most I've personally spent on a scotch so far. Not the most I've spent on a bottle, but most I've spent on a scotch. Swan says, guys, I forgot to hit the like button. Don't be like Swan. Yes, if you're enjoying the show, make sure to hit the like button, or if you're watching the replay, it does help out the algorithm a bit. I know when I planned this stream, I was the only one that has actually tried Compass Box No Name number 3, number 3 ever. I was the only one on YouTube to have ever tried it, or to make a video about it. I don't want to say other people hadn't tried it. However, like I said, Whiskey Crusaders, who representing my hat right here, they uploaded a video this morning that's a review of it as well. So check out that video as well. It's actually really well. I watched it. Matt's notes are just like insane. So we're gonna see if we can find some of those notes. Oh yeah, Joe dropped the name to his channel here and note 21090. Thank you all so much. My mods are amazing. But yes, No Name number 3. So I'll go ahead and get this out. It's an absolutely gorgeous bottle. Like I'm a sucker for good labels. Look at that. It's waxed. I just love that. It looks so luxurious. I mean, it looks as expensive as it is, if that makes sense. Now, proof-wise, this is 48.9. So very similar to the sample that Tyler sent me. So this one, if you are not familiar with No Name, which I wasn't, I've had one of the previous ones, but I couldn't tell you anything about it because it wasn't my bottle. It was a friend's bottle. This is a limited release that comes out once a year. However, they've done 3 of them. This is the final No Name. So when I said No Name number 5 earlier, I was wrong because there will not be another No Name according to them. They use all 3 different releases use a different base whiskey. Now, like I said, Compass Box does blends. So they are very transparent, which I absolutely love. They tell you what's in every bottle. So I think Compass Box number 1 was an Ardbeg base. Compass Box number 2 was Kalila base. Compass Box No Name number 3 is a Laphroaig base. So let me show you this chart right here. Let me see if I still have it pulled up. You know what? I probably closed out of that. Let me see if I can get that pulled back up again because this one's a really interesting. Let me pull that into Chrome. I think it has to be in Chrome to share the screen with y'all. 1 second. Open with Chrome. All right. So let me share this so you can see what's in No Name number 3. There we go. All right. Compass Box No Name number 3. Yeah, Perry's a designer. He knows. He said that bottle is gorgeous. It does look good. I'm in love with the label. Absolutely. Me too. So like I said, this is the 3rd release in the No Name series. It says the final whiskey, like I said, it has the seaweedy peatiness from Laphroaig Distillery, enriched by succulent fruit and smoke from, I think it's pronounced Bowmore, not Bowmore, not my South Carolinian, it's Bowmore. But let me scroll down a little bit to this chart. So I don't know how well y'all can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. I don't know if y'all, maybe let me know, give me a thumbs up in the chat if y'all can see that, if y'all can read it. But if you can't, 74.7% of this is from the Laphroaig Distillery, recharred hogshead, single malt, and it tells you a little bit of tasting notes that you're going to expect from the Laphroaig. And then 11.3% is from Bowmore. Refill bourbon barrel, single malt. 7.5% is from Mortlach Distillery. That's recharred barrel, single malt. 6% is from Clynelish Distillery. That's a refill sherry butt, single malt. And then lastly, 0.5% of this whiskey is Compass Box's own Highland malt blend. So this is actually their own distillate. 0.5%, a very, very small percent, using custom French oak casks. So it has a high toast and a blended malt. So really, really interesting. I'm so excited to see how these different whiskeys express themselves. And again, look at that. It's so beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and give No Name number 3 a nose. By the way, if y'all are just now tuning in, I'm giving away samples of all 3 of these whiskeys: the Johnnie Walker, the Compass Box No Name, and the Laphroaig Càirdeas. So if you want to enter, I'm going to spin the wheel of whiskey at the very end of the stream. So you have about 20 minutes or so to get your super chats in. Every $5 is an entry, and every entry is a name on the wheel of whiskey. And one person will win a 2-ounce sample of all 3 of these whiskeys. So 6 ounces, I think it's a pretty good deal for $5. Of course, you could always give more to increase your odds, but just so y'all know. All right, I have my clean glass here. I had to clean the glass for that one. Let's go ahead and pour this. Now, I drank a little last night because people on Discord were like, well, how is it, Cliffy? Cliffy, tell us how it is. So I had to have a little bit of it last night. So I did try it a little bit last night, but however, that was just a fresh crack. I'm going to go explore it a little bit more tonight because I'm so excited to get back into it. And guess who else is also excited Freaking Donnie, he wants no name number 3. Well, Donnie, you just got 4 entries into the giveaway, so you have pretty good odds to get that sample. Cheers to you, Donnie. Seriously, that does help out an absolute ton. Thank you so much for that. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. All right. No name number 3. Ah, man. You know, going to that nose after I, had that Lagavulin that was incredible. Thank you again, Tyler. The nose of this one is so different. It's peaty, definitely more peaty than the Lagavulin. However, this one has a different kind of peat to it. A lot of people would maybe say iodine, maybe some like burnt rubber a little bit, but not necessarily in a bad way. I think that's just Laphroaig peat. And I'll be transparent here. I've traditionally not been the biggest Laphroaig fan. However, limited edition Laphroaigs like the Càirdeas we're getting to at the end of this stream have been incredible. So I think I'm not opposed to Laphroaig. I just don't like whiskeys that are so dominant with that peat from them. So this is 74% Laphroaig. So I think the other things in here are going to make this a little more complex. So I'll revisit the nose, but I got to give it a taste because I'm dying to try it again. Cheers, y'all. And thanks again. Whew. Oh, it's it's actually funny. You're not supposed to breathe in while you're doing that because you still have the fumes in your mouth. But I kind of almost choked as I swallowed it because I'd already, y'all know what I mean about the fumes. As I breathed in, though, I got a note that I didn't get until I did that. They mentioned tropical sweetness on this note thing, and I didn't get that the first time I tried it. However, when I breathed in while I almost choked, I got a little bit of pineapple, and it's there. It's at the tip. It's like in the back of my mouth, like back here, which is weird to describe it, but it's not like on my tongue at all. It's like hovering in the distance, probably because I breathed it. That's actually really good. I am so because I was nervous about buying this one. I told you I'm not the biggest Laphroaig fan in general, so I was worried. I was like, "Is this going to be a disappointment? Am I going to be spending $140 on a whiskey that I don't like?" So glad to tell you that is not the case. This is absolutely. It's just it drinks like a limited edition, which I've said that before, and hopefully that makes sense to y'all. A lot of times, a whiskey, if I say it drinks like a limited edition, it means it's special. A lot of times, whiskeys are not limited editions, and they drink like that, and it's an absolute win in that situation. However, I've had some that are limited editions that don't have that specialness to them, and those are the letdowns. However, this absolutely has it. So let me go in for a second sip. So the peat and the pineapple kind of like, I will say, the reason I haven't liked Laphroaig peat in the past is it goes medicinal. And they even literally in their description says, let me see exactly what they say so I don't misquote them. They said the peat character is more medicinal than No Name with the beautiful. Wait. Oh, the original. Okay, sorry. I was like, what? It says even fruitier than No Name number 2 and almost as smoky as No Name. The peat character is more medicinal than No Name with the beautiful heathery and tropical fragrance. So Sugar Kitty says they're a bit of a metallic bite just after the initial sweet. Sugar Kitty, you know what I saw your comment about that a minute ago, or maybe I don't know if that was you or someone else, but I want to try it and look for that because I do feel like there is something there, maybe metallic. I don't know. I need to go for it. I need to try it again. This one's confusing me a bit because it's like there are aspects I really love about it, but there's also aspects that I don't love about it. There is a little bit of a metallic bite, and I'm not saying that it's like so off-putting. It's definitely not as metallic as the High Rye smelled. There's a little bit something there, and maybe that's partially why I'm hung up on this because mouthfeel wise, it's incredible. I mean, it fills your palate. It touches every orifice, touches every freaking taste bud on your tongue is what I'm trying to say, and it's complex for sure. However, it's not my favorite flavor profile. And that's just me personally. I know a lot of people may love this Compass box. I just know that when I want a peated Scotch, I either want an Ardbeg, I want a Lagavulin, or I even want, even Port Charlotte I'm getting into now. Laphroaig has never really done it for me on its own. Now, I thought that maybe these other whiskeys that were in here would, they definitely make it more complex than a typical Laphroaig 10, absolutely. And I've also heard this is some of the oldest Laphroaig that's ever been put into a Compass Box blend. So we know this Laphroaig is old. However, we don't know how old. We also the only thing that I feel like this is missing, something that would liven it up a bit, maybe a bit of sherry casks. I know we have a little bit of that with the Klein Leash, but I would like a little bit more, I don't know, fruitiness, complexity, depth. To me, it's very not, I don't want to say one note because that is absolutely wrong. It's very standard, standard in terms of what you expect from a single malt. Even I know it's a blend, but it has that one characteristic that's a typical ex-bourbon cask. And that's fine, and a lot of people love that. However, to me, I seek out whiskeys that have a unique finish in bourbons and ryes, but also a unique casks that are used. So I think that's the only thing that's making me feel like it's lacking right now. Donnie says he's considering getting No Name 2 and 3. Like I said, 2 is, I think it is Kalila, which I have typically enjoyed more than Laphroaig. So, honestly, Donnie, if you find No Name number 1, which I think is Ardbeg, oh my God, that's probably the best thing ever. But yeah, so I will say, okay, my final verdict on this. Again, I'm a bourbon channel. Please don't hate me. Please don't dislike this video because you're like, he isn't always talking about dissing on No Name. I love Compass Box. I've seriously complimented them on everything they've done. They are excellent blenders. They know what people like. And this is absolutely something that people will like. However, I am not those people. I am not the biggest Laphroaig fan, at least standard Laphroaig. So that's my thoughts. Would I pay $140 again for it? No. How much would I pay for this? It's good. That's a hard question because I think it's worth picking up and trying if you see it, especially if you think you may like it. I just know that I wouldn't buy it again, even if it was $100. I personally wouldn't buy it, but that's because it's not my flavor profile. Hopefully y'all understand that. And hopefully I see people leaving. They're like, screw this guy. I'm sorry. That's just my personal feelings on it. But win a sample set tonight and try it yourself. Let me know what you think. Come back to this video, leave a comment below. Tell me how Cliffy's wrong, and I will absolutely 100% support you. But that's just my thoughts. But we have one more whiskey to try tonight before the giveaway. I know I've just been shitting all over Laphroaig tonight, but I promise I don't feel that way about this bottle that's coming up next. Because next, let me clear this glass. Our final whiskey of the night is the 2021 release of Laphroaig Càirdeas. So this is a PX cask finish. It is cask strength. It's 58.9% ABV. So we're jumping up a whole 10% more than the Compass Box. This was $100, but the PX says I love PX cast finish. So I have a good feeling. I've already drank a little bit of this, so I kind of spoiler alert. I like this one a lot. So like I said, I paid $100 for this. Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about it once I get it poured. Oh, and I did not mention about the No Name. It is non-chill filtered and no color added, so it's pretty light. The bottle is very dark. I was actually surprised. I expected it to be a little darker just because the aesthetic of the bottle is super gothic. But it's a light whiskey. But again, no coloring is a win in my book. So, but let's look at this Laphroaig because I'm pretty sure it's also non-colored as well. I think this color is coming from the cask itself. Surely, yeah. Let's see. It doesn't say anything about it, but I'm pretty sure they don't add coloring to these LEs from Laphroaig. So this is the Càirdeas. Look how dark that is. You can see it a little bit there. This looks super rich. Again, cask strength, Laphroaig. So everything I said I just hated about Laphroaig, forget it. Because let's not spoil it. Let's go and give it a nose. Oh, man. It's, to me, I know it's the same peat that the Compass Box used for the Laphroaig. This nose is a lot more like the Lagavulin. It has a bit of that briny, that sea salt air kind of note to it, which is a peat that I love. When I like peat, I either like Ardbeg, smoky, smoked meat peat, or I like Lagavulin, Talisker, that briny ocean salt air. This is reminding me of those. The salty one. It's also a little barbecue-y too. I mean, dang. This is completely different than the peat I was getting on the Compass box. This is 100% right up my alley on the nose. I mean, you give me this in a glass, and I'm automatically going to tell you I'm going to like it. But thank you for that, Emily. She says, don't apologize. Your palate is always right for what you like. Yes, absolutely, Emily. And cheers to that. Let's go ahead and try Laphroaig Càirdeas 2021. Cheers. Wow. Again, my palate, my choice. This is, oh man, that sherry just absolutely complements that peatiness so well. I've had the previous release, which was the port and wine. I think it was called port and wine finish. That one was good. I wish I would have still had it to do a side by side. I had a sample of it, but this is just absolutely delicious. I mean, it's just right up my alley in terms of like the sherry this gives it the sweetness, the complexity, the fruitiness. The Laphroaig is expressing itself in a different way. It's more of the salty air, the saline, I guess, kind of note. But it's absolutely delicious. This is really, really good. Cohen, by the way, what's up, man? Good to see you. He says, I think you would also like Kilkerran Cask Strength 8 Oloroso. Have not had that, but that sounds, I mean, throw Cask Strength and a sherry in there, and I'm 100% on board. Because, man, I got to go for a second sip of this one. Let me see do I have any other notes about this one? Yeah, so this is actually 3 times matured. So first matured in first fill ex-bourbon cask, second matured in ex-bourbon quarter casks, and finally it's finished in European oak casks that previously held Pedro Ximenez Sherry, PX. That's what it stands for. Oh, man. I got to do one more sip of that. Man. That is hands down, like I said earlier, that hands down drinks like an LE. That has so much complexity, so much depth. And for $100, it's an absolute steal. If you like a peated scotch and you want something and you also like a bit of a sherry finish on it, man, that's some of the best bang for your buck you're going to get there for $100. I've seen some places that have it for 80 something. I paid $100 for it. I would gladly pay that again for another bottle. What's up? Whiskey Bear says 2021 is only second to 2013 in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, I say, yeah, I've never had 2013, but I have had 2021 and 2020. I don't remember exactly which I prefer, but this is definitely up there. Bourbon says, what in the Scotch is going on here? I know if y'all missed it earlier, I'm only doing Scotch tonight. Well, I mean, not only doing Scotch, but I'm getting to the end of the year. I'm going to make my best whiskeys of the year list. I needed to try more Scotch. I figured it wouldn't be fair to only do bourbons and ryes because I am a non-discriminatory whiskey lover. So my list is not going to just be bourbons and ryes. I'll tell you that right now. But I wanted to try 3 new releases to see which one would make the list. And if I had to pick one right now, not saying more of these won't make it, but right now that Laphroaig Càirdeas is absolutely going to go in my top 10 list. I don't know what position, I don't know what ones it's going to beat, but that Càirdeas is delicious. So let me know what you guys think. Have you guys tried it? And also, yeah, like Joe said, make sure to join the Discord. It's on my link tree. You just go to bourbonbytes.com and it's at the bottom. That's where we do all our hangouts, and we also do some random gaming nights and other things like that. Make sure you're on there because it's tons of fun. So with that, okay, we're gonna call the giveaway. Okay, y'all have heard my thoughts on all 3 of these whiskeys. If you want a chance to win, I'll give you about 3 or 4 more minutes to get any super chats in. If you want for a chance to win 2-ounce samples of all 3 of these, including the new Compass Box No Name number 3. So last chance. I said I'll give you till 7:53. 3 more minutes. Every $5 is an entry, so it's a pretty good. I mean, just think, what would you pay for pours of all 3 of these at a bar? Like that's what I'm saying. It's a good gamble. I mean, I'm not a betting man, although I am. Absolutely love Vegas, but there's a good chance you can win something here. Donnie says, I missed it. Please summarize the Càirdeas. Good, delicious, buy it. Winner. How about that? It's peat paired with sherry. I've said this a million times. is my favorite combination for a Scotch, and this is no exception. Cask strength makes it even better. $100, hands down, buy it. I will buy another one if I see it for the same price. No worries, Donnie. Yeah, so, wow, that's... And I'm not shitting on the no name. I'm really not. I'm just saying, for my palate and what I like, that Càirdeas is 100% it. The Compass Box is very good. I will treasure that bottle. I will share that bottle with friends that may appreciate it more than I do. But for me, Càirdeas is where it's at this year. Independent Joe with the super chat and the comment that means a lot. He says, hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button while y'all are here. Seriously, it does help out the algorithm, especially when people are looking up reviews of these. Now, hopefully they'll see my comments on Càirdeas. Like I said, I'm going to put down in the description below. I'm going to put the time stamps where I talk about each whiskey. But yes, thank you, Joe. Yes, you are entered into the giveaway. Pete plus Sherry equals love. Yes. Bourbon says, how was the Johnnie Walker High Rye? I had a store owner asking about it today. It is very good for the price. I think I prefer it over Johnnie Walker Black. The only thing that I feel like it's missing is the smokiness from Johnnie Walker Black, which I do like that. I do like how the rye impacts it. So yeah, that was the first one I did tonight. Yes, the 2021 Càirdeas is PX. That's what I'm talking about. So look for, it doesn't say 2021 on it, but it does say, so it'll be hard to show it, but it has the red strip there that says cask strength, and then it says PX or Pedro Ximenez right above it. So that's the Càirdeas. All right, we're gonna call the giveaway. I did say 7:53. One more minute. I'll let it run through the whole time. But yeah, I'm impressed with all of these. I think my winner tonight is the Càirdeas, but that's just because I love everything about it. The Johnnie Walker High Rye, though, still for $30, absolutely, I would buy another bottle. If I was buying, a blended Scotch, a cheaper blended Scotch, whether it's for like a party or something, or you want to just share it with people that may be new to whiskey, absolutely, hands down, it's a delicious pour. So, all right, 7:53. I think it's about time to spin that wheel of whiskey. Let's go ahead and pull up the names here. Let me make sure I get everyone entered, because I know last time I screwed up and I skipped some people. So I'm going to take a little bit extra time, and not much. I promise I'm still going to read your messages, but I'm going to just double, triple, quadruple check to make sure I got everyone in the amount of times that they entered. So let me see. Donnie really wants it. I can tell. I'm looking at his entries. All right, let's see. Donnie, got you there again. And then with the freaking $20 super chat, holy crap, you're amazing. 3 more entries from that. I think we are good. All right, so let me get ready to share the screen for the wheel of whiskey. Let me shuffle it a couple times so it's not all lined up back to back. All right, Donnie. Donnie's got so many entries on it. All right, let me get that pulled up. Close the ads because they're really annoying. All right. Here is our wheel of whiskey. Thank y'all so much, everyone that entered tonight. Seriously, it means a lot. Y'all double check, make sure your name's there. I'm pretty sure everyone's covered because I have a bot tracking everything. But just make sure y'all, y'all are all entered. Y'all are good. I just triple check just to make sure. But I'll give it like 10 seconds in case anyone's like, wait, my name's not on there, because I really don't want to screw it up again. But before we spin this, of course, like I said, new podcast episode out tomorrow morning. Make sure to follow me on your favorite podcast platform. It seriously does. Every download I get means a lot to me. So if you've not yet followed me on your favorite podcast platform, even if you don't want to listen to it until later, please download it. Fred says Wheel of Donnie. All right. So Cody says it's good. Sounds good. Welcome, Cody, by the way. Let's go to spin the wheel of whiskey. Let's see who wins these amazing samples tonight. Good luck to everyone. Is it going to be Donnie or is it going to be Donnie? It's Donnie. Donnie, congratulations. I will hold those samples for you because I know you're waiting a bit before, but I will add it to your ever-growing pile of samples. Congratulations, Donnie, and thank you again to everyone that entered. Thank you to everyone that watched the stream and made it this far. I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet before you leave. Like I said, I'm doing a bit of a gaming stream. It's going to be a fun one this Saturday. We're going to play some Grand Theft Auto and drink some whiskey. But yeah, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for watching. And yeah, until next time, this has been Bourbon Bytes, whiskey reviews with the gaming twist. I'm Clifton. I'll see patrons over at the after party over on Discord. Everyone else, I will see you on Saturday and on the podcast tomorrow. All right. Cheers, y'all. Have a great weekend and stay safe. And cheers and game on. That's my outro. I forgot it because I haven't said it in a while. All right. Cheers and game on.